What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Marauders issue number 11. We have seen the Marauders going on all kinds of adventures. Most recently, it was the ancient mutant society from 2 billion years ago. Kitty Pryde's quest to understand a mysterious map has led her and her merry band of Marauders on out-of-this-world adventures. Along the way, the team has dealt with all kinds of threats to include Cassandra Nova, while also gaining new allies like the Threshold 3 and Cerebra, who hails from the far-off future of 2099. However, the central question remains: what is the map leading to? And you guys are going to want to strap in for this one, because there is a lot of information in this comic, and we are about to see how all of this is actually making sense. The real truth about the birthplace of the first generation of mutants. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we have Kate Pryde, who is sitting here looking at this map. At the top, it is written, "The first blood spilled." Thinking to herself, it seems the first blood spilled between us is yours. This is what Cassandra Nova had said to Kitty Pryde. The first blood spilled, dry and withered 2 billion years away. Cassandra Nova being encapsulated in her prison 2 billion years ago. But still, this doesn't help her with this map in the slightest. This is where we have the arrival of NIGHTCRAWLER. She is letting Kurt know that she doesn't know what she's gonna do. She thought she understood. She has been doing what is right, but not allowed. Getting medicine, Krakoan medicine, to those that need it, in spite of their governments. Rescue their kind wherever they are in spite of human limitations. And then Threshold. Mutants from so long ago that it might as well be a myth. But they needed help, and so they gave it. The Threshold 3 are now here, but they left Threshold to fight alone. It said that that is what they wanted to do, but she doesn't feel good about it. She doesn't feel like they won. Studying the past is one thing, but seeing that it is so alive, knowing that it will end, that is so much more real. She wanted to save them all. She wanted to do more. But if she had, what would happen to today? How would this affect history? All of them. But NIGHTCRAWLER gives her an idea, that there is no weapon mightier than an idea. The spark, it calls to all of them to move forward, to try new things, that they have beaten death. But is resurrection the only victory over loss? Has she tried every weapon? Is she all out of ideas? If she can't save them all, what can she do? And what she's going to do is try something new. This is what takes us to Boston, Massachusetts. We have Scratch, who is giving a sermon in the name of love. As he gives this sermon, we see that he has 2 hearts before him, a mutant heart and a human heart. As he goes on spewing all of his BS, throwing blood onto all of these crazy people that are here, they are rudely interrupted by the one and only Fang. But he's not here using his claws, he's not here using pheromones. He is here with a baseball bat. Because if there is one thing that he can do to Scratch, it's beat the living crap out of him with a bat. And so as Fang and Lockheed, they deal with the love situation, we are taken to the South Pacific, with Thea and Kate Pryde having a conversation. Being one of the individuals from Threshold, she wanted to run this idea past her, saying that they found Threshold, saved her and her friends, all because of a box and a map. A map that pointed to a monster who killed millions, her father being one of them. The vessel not unlike their seed, but lost to the void. The seed was the same. She had seen it. Kitty Pryde's name etched into the side in Krakoan, a genetic aleph that first seeded their waters with life. with her name already on it. She keeps thinking, where did that life come from? They all believe that Threshold were the first, but she says, what if they, meaning her and Krakoa, were the first generation all along? This is where she gets interrupted because Psylocke, Somnus, they're all dealing with a pretty big situation in Santo Marco. With all of the chaos going on, we see Bishop in the reactor room, absorbing as much amounts of bioelectricity as he can possibly take in. But they are learning that this facility, it wasn't hit by a mutant as they had previously thought. It blew up from within, where they kept a mutant prisoner as their power source. That mutant is Albert Luis, aka Feedback. These were his death throes. Albert was Department H. At one point, he had a plaque on the wall, faking a death to sell them as parts would not be above them. Psylocke communicating this with Bishop, but also taps into Kitty Pryde, saying that she overheard her talking with Thea about the idea that they are in fact the first generation. That Krakoa being the first would explain a pre-human society of mutants. The question now, how can we know for sure? How can we be sure that this isn't self-delusion or self-fulfilling prophecy? But Kitty says that this is a leap of faith. The same leap of faith they took with the Threshold 3 that are now here, telling them to finish up, get feedback into the resurrection process, and then join her at Genosha, picking up with Tempo, Bishop, Kitty Pryde, and Psylocke. No mutant will ever forget where they were when Cassandra Nova almost got her genocide. She had said that Kitty Pryde spilled the first blood between them, but she did when she killed Kitty Pryde's father. So why would Kitty scribe that on a map? Or why will she someday? She read it as a map to Threshold, but maybe it wasn't that. At least not how she had thought. They couldn't save Genosha. They couldn't save Threshold. They trapped Nova in the past. Threshold is her cage. What if that cage was built here? Not of bars, but of ideas. Nova didn't get them all, but she did kill millions of them. What if that loss could give life to billions? This is where we pick back up with Fang, and he is just beating the living crap out of Scratch. He is trying to get information, trying to find out where Brimstone is, trying to find Love. But Love is playing it smart. He has messengers that he is sending out in all different locations, gathering as many followers as he can possibly gather. But Scratch does know where the information is coming from. And so Lockheed and Fang, they are gonna go find Love. Picking back up with Kitty Pryde, what she is suggesting is that they create Threshold. She is suggesting that they were always going to, because she does listen to Tempo's time talk. The Ken Crimson tried and failed to eradicate the Thresholders. For them, that loss was the first blood spilled. But for her and all of Krakoa, this was Nova's first blood spilled. Genosha, all of its mutants are up for resurrection, but its humans are not. And all the bodies that are still here, why are they settling for a graveyard? This is where Bishop begins to smile. Not sure if Psylocke's going to like the plan that she is about to hear, but he says that he showed up a long time ago. Lots of variables have happened since then. He wasn't sure that this moment would ever come, even if he did read about it as a kid. Kitty Pryde going on to say that Krakoa means trying what is new. Their former enemy is now their island home. A nation had died here on Genosha. A new nation can be born in its memory. And all they need is one hell of a mutant circuit. And so she invited some friends. The first friend being Polaris. But physics is just the start of this. Tempo letting them know that they just don't know. They don't know that this is where Threshold's seed is built. Telling Tempo that she could look ahead. But of course, this is something that Tempo simply isn't going to do, because looking into the future, usually you erase the future, no ripple is closer. With Kitty going on to say, why not take the future into their hands? Polaris can shape it. Cerebra scans the DNA in the ground of Genosha, plus a little bit more. They fill up the box, they send it back, and then time, nature, and evolution, that brings them Threshold. This is where we also have the arrival of Wicked. Wicked is key to this. Threshold believes it came from that box, and mutant technology can do that, but so many lives were lost here, they're not going to touch them without asking. But Wicked isn't their only missing piece. They need Cerebra. Not only that, but Aurora as well. And so as they go to retrieve her, somewhere in San Francisco, running a little bit late, Kitty Pryde hoping that she is going to make her father proud by bringing back an entire civilization, or birthing a civilization depending on how you look at it from the time aspect. That is what picks us up with Love. Fang breaking down his front door, bringing his associate, Mr. D. The two of them are about to take down Brimstone. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. So this is an interesting turn of events. We are learning that Krakoa is in fact the first. That going all the way back to the prehistoric age, when humans and mutants first came into being. This has all been the first. Threshold 2 billion years ago. This is a creation of our current mutants. What they have done is created a time loop, because Threshold cannot exist if mutantkind never came to be. Mutantkind can never come to be if Threshold did not exist. It is the snake eating its own tail. That's always the fun thing about time travel, is right when you think you have it pinned down, Kitty Pryde, she comes out and explains exactly what is happening. That they are essentially resurrecting Genosha, but sending it 2 billion years ago, giving it the ingredients to create Threshold, for those people to come out of those birthing waters. If this is possible, this could be arguably one of the greatest mutant circuits ever put together to create something absolutely godlike. We have seen so much already happen, from Scarlet Witch creating Mutant Heaven, to our mutant circuit really recreating and terraforming Mars into a Rocco. And now, we are resurrecting all of Genosha by sending them 2 billion years ago into the past to be reborn into Threshold. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It'll get you completely caught up on everything going on with the Marauders. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do any of this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.